Hi there, guys. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been listening to a song and it just makes you feel good? Well, there's a reason for that. The sounds and the vibrations and the frequencies that are going on in that music take effect on your actual physical body as well as your energy body. So for today's Metaphysical Monday topic, we're going to be discussing how energy and vibration and frequency are related and how we can cleanse the energy of our body, our room, even our crystals with sound. So let's dive right in. So you've been listening to this song and it just makes you feel good. There's a physical effect that happens with sound. So everything is made up of energy. Energy is vibration. Vibration comes from frequency. We all know how sound works from elementary school, So without getting into those specifics, we all kind of have a basic understanding of how sound works. It's a vibration. We hear it with our ears because the vibration bounces off of our eardrums. All right, so we've left grammar school, grade school. I don't even know if it's called that anymore. I'm old. Sorry. So we know how sound works and that it's created by a frequency and a vibration. I'm going to use vibration and frequency interchangeably, even though I know there are subtle differences in what they mean. They're basically going to be interchangeable in this video. So for our video, we're going to talk about a few different things. We're going to talk about healing our body or cleansing our body, our physical body, as well as our energy body. We're going to talk about clearing a room of energy using sound, and also crystals, because I know y'all love some crystals. So we're going to talk about how to do all of that stuff using sound. So there are a few tools that you can use to clear or cleanse energy from objects, people, or a space. And there are many. Basically, anything that makes a sound can be used to clear some energy as long as the intention is there. So I have a few tools that can be purchased. Oftentimes singing bowls are used. If you're not familiar with the singing bowl, you can do it by tapping the outside and letting it ring. It's focusing on me and not the bowl. Or you can run it around the rim. And let it resonate. Resonate? Yeah, that's the right word. Okay, so you have singing bowls. These are tingsha bells. Okay. Another sound object that can be purchased, because not everything on this list is something that you need to buy. So this is a tuning fork, and it is basically a C note, very high C, as you'll see. There we go. This is the tone that is recommended for cleansing crystals from some of the information that I read. But this is what it sounds like. And it'll go on for actually quite a while at a very quiet stage, but the vibration is still there. Okay, so some other things that you can use that I don't have sitting here that you can purchase to use to make the resonating sound to reset the vibration in the room. Drums, bells, just regular old bells. Just a bell. You can ring a bell. That will work too. A gong. Gongs are used for clearing energy. So other things that you don't need to buy is your voice. You can use your voice. Chanting, there are specific chants that you can do. Just singing in general. When you sing or chant, not only is the vibration in the room, but it is your vibration. You are making the vibration. So you are vibrating at that energy as well. So you can spread your own vibration that you're making throughout the room or to your crystals. You can sing to your crystals. I have not done that, but I don't see why you wouldn't. Why not? I mean, if nobody else is home, right? Some other things that you can do, clapping. You can clap. There are plenty of practices that just use clapping, and I'm doing this while I'm talking. You just use clapping to clear the energy in a room. And there are lots of articles on ways that you can do that, starting with the bottom corner of a room, going up. We'll get into the process here in a little bit, but I just wanted to go through all of the different possibilities. You can use your voice, you can sing, you can chant, you can just hum, anything that you can do with your physical body, clapping your hands, a bell that you might just have lying around. The sound makes the vibration, and that is the only tool that you need, is something that makes a sound vibration. So, and not all vibrations are audible, clearly. If there's negative energy, that is a lower vibration. There is a vibration there. It is something tangible. We just can't see it with our eyes. And that's where, you know, like you would want to cleanse that. So other things, I think that's kind of like, you get the gist of it, of what tools can be used. You don't have to go out and spend money buying a fancy tool to clear the energy. You have everything you need. So let's talk about how it kind of works. So we talked about smudging and using smoke to clear energy, and the smoke gathers up stagnant energy and just kind of, it absorbs it and pushes it away. That's why you leave a window or a door open, not just because, you know, you don't want your house to fill up with smoke, but it also, it gives it a place to exit the area. So if you're clearing a space with smoke, you also want to do that kind of with sound as well. So you want to have an opening for the negativity to leave. But there are some things that smoke can't clear, and smoke can clear the energy, but it doesn't reach as far as sound does. Sound, it has a more penetrating effect. Sound can reach through, I'm looking at my sofa, it can reach through the fabrics. The sound vibration is penetrating. It gets into stuff. So if you're clearing an object or, you know, furniture even, smoke isn't going to do that. Smoke isn't going to get into all the corners of your closet the way that a sound can. It's not going to get behind the sofa in that corner, you know, like that's where stuff can gather, and you want to clear that out. So sound has penetrating ability when it comes to clearing energy. So it can blast through stubborn, blocked energies as well in your physical body that obviously smoke can't really penetrate. So it reaches it at a vibrational level rather than just a surface level, if that makes sense. What else did I want to say about, I mean, let's go back a little bit in time. So I have some notes here, just a smidge of history, because I know I like to stick that little historical fact in every video. Tibetan bells, they're Tibetan bells for a reason. The Tingsha bells, I think these were Tibetan as well. I'm not 100% on that, but they've been made for centuries. They are used by monks for the same purposes, for clearing energy, for not just energy, but vibration specifically. So also church bells, like they ring the bell for church, and if you really dig into the history of it, church bells were not just used to announce that church was going to begin. They also had a vibrational impact on the building itself to clear stagnant energy and to bring in positive energy and to raise the vibration of the energy in the room. Sound was known to make a bridge between heaven and earth and connect to the angelic realms. So sound has more than just, it's more than just a new age thing. It's been around for a long time, and it's been used for the same purposes. But, you know, that's less talked about these days because of the whole new age era, I guess. So let's talk about, okay, the biggest one I have that I think you guys are here for is to clear your space. So you want to get rid of stagnant energy or negative energy even in your home. So the most important thing now that you have your tools, even if it's just your hands, the most important thing before clearing a space, and I've mentioned this in the other videos, is to have a clear intention. What are you clearing the space of? What do you want the space to now contain? So you want to come up with something, and you don't have to overthink it. You could walk around with a bell, ringing the bell, go to all the four corners. It doesn't matter where you start. You can read all of these, traditionally this is how it's done. This is how you're supposed to do it. You do it how you feel you need to do it, because that is what's important. The most important thing behind anything we do, ever, anywhere, for anything, is the intention behind it. So you need to have your intention, and you can start in whatever corner you want. Have your intention. Even it's as simple as, I no longer want a negative energy here. Please remove all of the negative energy within the reaches of this vibration. Whatever this vibration touches now has positive energy. It will help the vibration do its job. So you always want to have an intention set before you start. The second thing I already mentioned is to have an exit point for your negativity to leave. You want it to carry it out of your home when you're clearing your space. So you can open all the windows, you can open one window, just the front door, however you want to do it. Whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever your neighbors will be comfortable with as well, because you're going to be making some noise. Hopefully they're okay with that. It's not long lasting. So another thing about when you're clearing this space, you will notice that the sound changes. So when there is dull, stagnant, low vibration energy in the room, the sound will be a little bit more muffled. And I want you to take the time to kind of get to know the sounds that it makes, your device, whatever, even if it's just clapping, even if it's just your voice. The sound will be different once the energy is clear. It'll become more crisp. It'll become more clear. So when you're first starting, you will notice the sound is a little bit dull until the vibration has time to work out all of the kinks and all of the negative energy. Then you'll notice the sound starts to change, and it'll get a little bit more crisp and a little bit more clear. A sharper sound is what I have written down. So another thing to note with clearing space is an energy bowl. I guess we could call it that if we want to. I'm making up my own phrases. The sound that the singing bowls make is not quite good enough for getting into all of those corners and getting rid of all of the really stuck energy. The singing bowl is great for maintaining once you have cleared the energy, but it's not going to do as good a job as a bell or a tuning fork might do, and your voice as well, because the singing bowl, if you kind of can visualize the sound that it makes, it kind of just goes laterally. It goes across. So the sound vibrates in this direction. So it's not going to get up into the top corners, and it's not going to get the bottom corners of the room as well as a bell would do, or a rattle. You can use a rattle. It's not going to penetrate as much because it's going straight across. The other instruments, your hands, you're using that pressure and you're pushing the air together when you're doing it, which carries the sound in all directions. So that's something to think about when you're clearing your room or your home or a space or an office. That's something to consider. Is the singing bowl isn't going to do as good a job, but it's great for maintaining once you've gotten rid of all of the really stuck energies. So that I think pretty much covers everything for clearing your space. So let's move on to your body. Now this has probably the most information in it, so I'm going to try and get through it a little bit quickly. And my last video was super long, so I'm going to try and get through this a little bit more quickly. So we would call it maybe a sound bath. So A sound bath is going to work to, it tunes your physical frequency. Your body has a vibration, just as everything that has mass or anything that's made of atoms has energy. The air has energy, we just can't see. Your body has kind of, it's kind of a threefold effect. So you have your physical body that has a vibration. You also have an energy body. And I like to, I mean, that's kind of the two main ones, but I also want to include in there your mental physical self, because thoughts have energy too. Thoughts have vibration just as much as any other energy. So our thoughts have vibrations as well. So if you think about sound healing and sound bath, they work on all of those levels. So what it does is it's going to tune your physical vibration to a more natural state. So a lot of times with stress, with toxins, with foods that we eat, things that we go through, physical exertion, pain, our body feels that on a physical level. So what it does is it changes the vibration in your body, and you can have different frequencies in different areas, and that's how kind of the pain is felt. It's a different vibration in a different part of your body. So what a sound bath can do is kind of rebalance all of the frequencies in your body so that your body is more in tune with itself. So ways to do that, obviously listening to music that you love, that makes you feel good. Sitting in meditation with you. I use my Alexa, which, okay, turned her on. I use that and I tell her to play Tibetan singing bowls. She didn't hear me. Okay, good. So I will just say, machine, play Tibetan singing bowls, and sit in meditation and listen to that, and that will help balance the frequencies in your physical body as well as your energy body. So your energy body is a little bit different. It's more in Western medicine, oh good Lord, Chinese medicine, we'll say, your chi or your prana from, other cultures call it something different, but it's your energy body is, the life force energy that is around, surrounding, and inside your body. It affects that as well. That holds the vibrations of traumas and things that have happened in your life, which can translate into your physical body. So you want to clear your energy body as well. And for your physical body, just a note that I was just reading, when you use sound and it changes the vibrations and the frequencies in your body, it also helps release, nitric oxide, which helps reduce pain. So your sound has more of an effect on your body than you think. So you can cleanse your physical body. There are plenty of healers that use sound for physical healing. If that's something that you're interested in looking, I suggest looking it up. There are plenty of Facebook groups, Google it. There are lots of great healers out there that use sound. Local yoga studios might even do sound bath yoga sessions, or yoga nidra, where it's like a guided sleep session, basically, I'm not an expert, but for lack of better terminology, that's how I would explain it simply. But sound can move your body back to a place of balance, and that's where you're going to get the healing. Also, it has an effect on your mind as well. It can change your mental state. I remember training for driving. I used to drive professionally many moons ago. And I remember them mentioning a study that showed people who listen to heavy metal, fast-paced, like techno music, or even like rap music, something that's really fast, makes them drive faster. It has a mental effect on your physical body as well through your mental state. So everything affects, it's a ripple effect. So, and then people who listened to calmer music or music with lower beats that were, like heavier beats, but they were slower, they tend to drive a little bit slower. So sound does have such a major effect on your body and your mind, and also on your spirit or your energy level. So let's see if there's anything that I missed in my notes. Crystals. Let's move on to crystals. Okay, so crystals eventually will return to their natural vibration on their own if left unaffected. If you don't cleanse them, if you don't put an intention on it, it will eventually return back to its state, but it takes a long time for that to happen. So what we can do to cleanse our crystals, and I will use my tuning fork. Selenite does not need to be cleansed, by the way. So I have this. I have this gorgeous, ooh, look at that, with the light from the window. That is carnelian, and it has a nice little druzy right there, if you can focus. There we go. Not really, it just looks dirty. But it's actually crystals, it's not dirt. Anyways, so you can hold it, you can set it down, strike your tuning fork, and then just move it around, and it there we go. It's as simple as that. Reinstated back to its vibration, its natural vibration, ready for me to imprint an intention on for later. So that's just the simplest way to cleanse your crystals if you can't use smoke. So yes, I know this is so not inclusive of every possible scenario, every possible tool that can be used, but just some general information and some general steps that you can take to use sound if smoke is not an option for you for cleansing. And also, honestly, it's easier to do, it's less mess, less cleanup, and and it does, for certain circumstances, it does work better than sage or herb smoke. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out the other videos in the description box below. And I will see you next Monday. Thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed day.